Yo, what I'm concerned about is this black on black crime. Cause we brothers gotta look out for our Nubian sisters.
What the hell is he talking about? He ain't black. You are from Korea!
Being a black K-pop fan in the year 2025 is a part of a humiliation ritual. The way that black culture is consistently vilified, mocked, and treated like trash by K-pop fans is absolutely ridiculous. It's gotten to the point that if you are still into K-pop and claim to be a K-pop stan in the year 2025, I think you're a masochist. And this is coming from someone who was obsessed with K-pop. And I got the evidence. My friend got me this album in high school as BTS's last hurrah before they all got sent to the military. And I'm saying this because I care about y'all. Free yourself from being a K-pop stan if you are black. Anybody who has been a part of the pastoral court for any length of time knows my personal beef with K-pop. The reason why I ever got my first channel strike was because somebody reported my video exposing Twice for wearing, I don't even know if I can say it again, but it rhymes with Tatsi merchandise. So my beef goes deep with K-pop. In my first video talking about this that wasn't taken down by YouTube, I talked about how cultural appropriation and the disrespect of black people is rampant for those who claim to love K-pop, right? And how these K-pop groups propagate anti-blackness with minstrelsy and mockery of black people. But there has just been a wave of anti-blackness that I have to talk about in order to get it off my chest. A lot of K-pop stans claim that their oppas and their unis have no clue about anti-blackness, but as K-pop has become more globalized, with the likes of stars like Rose from BLACKPINK being on the Grammys, to artists like Jennie literally collabing with Doechii, there is no way that they can be in America and still not know about anti-blackness. And even though it's been years at this point since I made a video about K-pop and how problematic it is, I feel like it is rightfully time for me to spin the block, because things have been absolutely crazy in terms of anti-blackness in the K-pop community. And for the first people that I absolutely have to come for is BLACKPINK. I don't know what possesses BLACKPINK to be so anti-black, but they can't go a day without doing something problematic in relation to black people. And this is wild considering how often they are in America. One of the most common excuses that K-pop fans use in order to justify why their oppas and their unis don't know anything about anti-blackness is that they're from Korea and Korea doesn't know anything about anti-blackness. But in the case of BLACKPINK, they are in the United States so much, collabing with specifically black artists, that their excuse to continually use the N-word, there is no excuse for it. Because Lisa, being the self-proclaimed rapper of this multi-ethnic girl group, is notorious for the way she consistently disrespects black people. If it wasn't this awful chopped bang braid look or her consistent misuse of AAVE, it's the fact that in this leaked video, she and a bunch of the other members of the BLACKPINK group were caught using the N-word.
Good job, man. Alright, nigga.
My nigga, poker good, that nigga, snitch nigga, broke niggas, not my nigga.
인기가 뭐냐면요. 흑인 영어래요. 어떻게 하는 걸 보여주세요.
Sure, man. His beats is cold and them rap monks.
뭐야? 비슷해요. 이렇게 피부가 되게 검해 보이는 이상해.
In the closet, that's most up. Yes, if I bought a nigga, please don't touch it.
Listen up, I'm pretty sure you heard wrong. I said ninja's fine, I think you misheard.
I'm a pussy ass nigga like a two barrel. Have a nigga thinking that he met you in a past life.
분을 한번 모시겠습니다.
It's done so effortlessly. Yeah, these niggas can't sleep on me. There's no inception in this.
This is how we do. You niggas better know.
Killer, West Side nigga.
And thus, pop a pill, pop a nigga, pop my collar. Nigga, why you take this shit and money to a free show? Bro, niggas start breaking me. All this is sick, know they know me. People for the rolling, niggas them roadies. Yeah, so niggas get sleep on me. You just want a nigga dick, cause he's so the break.
3살 정도부터
V and J-Hope, I couldn't see them because they were too black. So, yeah, when the nights get dark, I couldn't find them.
And like I said, there has never been any excuse for any Korean person to use the N-word, but the fact that all of them are fluent in English has always made me look at them sideways, especially Lisa. Because on K-pop Twitter, they're consistently clowning her for the fact that she isn't able to do any live performance as well, and that she lacks the artistry needed to be a star of her level, but no one actively wants to come for the fact that she is consistently anti-black. I think she got caught wearing Rosa Parks face on her underwear during the Met Gala. I think they said that she didn't know better or something like that, or it was a false rumor, but that's mixed with the fact that she has been doing all this weird anti-black stuff. It's still strange. She apologized for accidentally doing that underwear thing during the Met Gala, and she still hasn't given her apology for saying the N-word. Why? Because K-pop stans who aren't black are the main ones who perpetuate anti-blackness. So obviously the stars are going to be okay with it because their fan base is never going to hold them accountable. So if an ultra mega group like BLACKPINK is known for their anti-blackness, what kind of standard do you think that sets for all of these lower ranked, lesser known girl groups? It's okay to be anti-black because who's gonna check you for it? And that is exactly what we saw with one of these newer girl groups called A Kiss of Life. This situation was a mess. This is the main reason why I decided to make this video, because I was like, ain't no way we're still doing this in the year of 2025, but we are. So in order to celebrate one of the girl group members' birthday, they decided to have a black themed birthday party, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. They literally had a black themed birthday party. I will be including clips for you guys to see.
No, I'm talking about me flirting with my man, and that's not a bestie.
And
I
it's
didn't. 그건 조심해. I didn't flirt with my man. It's just me. 오빠. It's just me. Who that? 마음에 안 들어. Who that? 자꾸 우리 주위 생일에 마음 드는 거 마음에 안 들어. Who that? 네. It's my bestie's birthday. It's my bestie's birthday. It's my birthday! So we're throwing a birthday party. Yeah, the two.
But this is exactly what I talk about when I say we have to stop infantilizing these groups, because I don't know what possessed you in the year 2025 to do this. Madness. But they think it's okay because they think it's aesthetic. And it really sucks when the group has a rapper, because they're like, yeah, now I'm gonna act black, now I'm gonna act hood. And they even posted this whack ass apology. Like, no, like, what went through your brain that let you do this? Because there was several steps. Because you know you have to get approval from the company to be really live streaming. K-pop idols have such strict rules. So there was several different steps that these girls had to go through in order to get this live approved. And I just don't know what's going on in their head. Now that K-pop is really globalized, when I was like a real K-pop fan in 2020, K-pop was really like this up and coming thing. People didn't really know what the hell was K-pop, right? But now that we have people like Jennie working with The Weeknd, Rosé working with Bruno Mars, like, we really ain't got no excuse, because these are the big hitters. These are the big hitters, right? So I don't know what's going on. I physically don't know. They made this really weak apology trying to be like, oh, we didn't know better. But when will they know better? They won't know better until the fans really hold themselves accountable. And that is honestly why I stopped being a K-pop fan, because it got to a point where every time I tried to like a new group, they were extremely anti-black. And the way that these K-pop stans would consistently try to justify anti-blackness, it was doing numbers on my mental health. I just don't have it in me to justify nonsense or listen to nonsense anymore. When y'all start saying stupid stuff, I just close my ears, because nah. But with this expanding globalization of Korean culture, I want to talk about how that has affected different cultures. So I've already talked about how black culture has extremely influenced Korean culture in terms of the music and sometimes the TV shows, right? To the point where we're getting Korean Afrobeats, Korean Amapiano, all that kind of stuff, right? But I want to talk about the greater soft power that Korea has. And obviously I'm talking about South Korea before y'all get in my comments talking about what about North Korea. Korea, I'm obviously talking about South Korea. So we already know that Korean media has been doing its big one. We have the movie Parasite, we have Squid Games that's coming out with its newest 3rd season, and we even have the show Penthouse that was doing numbers on TikTok and people were trying to find out where to stream it. Whole time that show was taking off all the illegal streaming services. So good luck finding Penthouse. I'm not even recommending that y'all watch it because they did a lot of anti-blackness, where one of the dudes who came back as a villain started wearing dress to show that he was bad and evil, but that's besides the point. Korean culture has practically done its big one in the West in terms of its influence, but people don't talk about how much Korean culture has been affecting Africa. And when I'm talking about Africa, I'm specifically talking about West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. Shoot, if things keep going the way they're going, I might see somebody obsessed with Korean culture in Togo, for all I know. There has obviously been a cultural exchange. And unlike K-pop fans who consistently deny the fact that Black culture has influenced K-pop, I cannot say the same about West African culture. Obviously, the amount of influence that Black culture has had in Korea is not the same as how Koreans have affected West Africa. I feel like the cultural exchange thing is still noticeable. I've been seeing a lot of aegyo on my timeline. I've been seeing a lot of people trying Korean makeup styles. But the thing that has made me want to make this video about the cultural thing is how Korean culture has been affecting movies. So this is my friend Dami. She's one of my best friends. She's someone who I talk about video topics with a lot. And we've been noticing how much Korean culture has been affecting West Africa, Nigeria and Ghana specifically, because I'm Ghanaian and she's Nigerian. We watched 2 different movies that had Korean culture as a gigantic basis, and I just want to talk about it. We need to talk about the weird world that is these Korean, I don't even know, these Korean Nigerian crossover movies. I brought my friend Dami here because she is Nigerian, and I sadly made her a victim in terms of watching these awful movies. But girl, we need to get into it. The first movie that we watched, let me see what it's called. I think it was called Mr. Sunshine. Let me see if I can find the title. Well, that movie was boring.
Snoring, for real.
Because not only did we watch it under the pretense that, oh, this is going to be a Nollywood movie with Korean elements, I honestly feel like I was catfished. That movie lacked comedy. That movie lacked drama. All of the elements that make up Nollywood. And even all of the elements that make up K-dramas, it wasn't given. I've never watched something so lackluster in my life. So the basic plot of Mr. Sunshine is about this girl who's half Korean, half Nigerian. Mind you, she don't even look no half Korean, no nothing.
The genetics were not geneticking.
Girl, they found a random mixed dude to play her brother. So at least her brother looks like he's mixed. But for her, I don't know if the budget ran out or whatever, but my girl just looks Nigerian. She's able to get a scholarship to go to this Korean.
You have a theory though.
What?
What if like maybe that's not her dad?
The random Asian guy that dipped?
Like what if her mom, she had a boo thing back in the day that was from her village, and you know, that's their child, and then the dad came in and somehow disappeared.
The movie was so boring. We have to make our own fan theories in order to add some spice. This movie had nothing. But the basic plot is this girl who's allegedly half Korean. She gets a scholarship to go to this Korean international school that's in Nigeria in order to, I guess,
You don't know.
You don't know. We actually don't know. She goes to the school for what? We don't know. We as the people have no clue why she went. But she goes to this Korean school, and I'm thinking, oh, the budget on this is going to be fabuloso. Like, it's gonna be great, because the idea of a Korean international school in Nigeria, okay, I see the drama, you know. But this movie was so boring. There was only a few scenes where they were teaching them Korean. There was no real tension between the students, and as people who have watched Korean dramas in school, I feel like that was such a letdown. One of the spiciest parts of watching K-drama is the fact that they be so messy. The only person that was messy was the main love interest. I hate to say this, but one of the main issues I have was that everybody was black. At a Korean... I know. But at a Korean international school, everyone is black.
Not giving international.
You know? Like, where's the international part coming in? And there was like 3 scenes where they were learning Korean. At least in this movie, they were very respectful of Korean culture at least.
But like, can you say they were respectful if they never even dipped their toes in the culture at all? Like, we don't know how they would have done it.
I'm not gonna lie, there's another movie that we're definitely gonna talk about later that was a hate crime to the entire nation.
Right. Yep.
The entire nation of Korea. So this, even though it was boring, it was respectful. Because when they pronounced the words in Korean, it was like, okay, I could tell you did your research.
Okay, these are your new scholarship students.
야, 질문 있어? 야, 얘한테 지금 뭐라는 거야?
But if it's gonna be a Korean international school, this movie is obviously for the niche audience of people who are obsessed with K-dramas. I felt like we should have got some K-drama tropes. I feel like we should have had a school festival. One of the things that we were talking about is I hated the love plot. The main love interest was boring. The whole plot being about her fighting another girl for him. I couldn't believe it's because he has the personality of 2 frogs.
Was it a love triangle?
It was a love triangle. The rich girl, the boy, and our biracial queen. That's sorry. I have to go back to that whole biracial thing. I could not believe it at all that she was biracial. Not only did they not bully her for being biracial, which is such a common trope in both Nollywood, American media. Girl, yeah! If this girl is allegedly biracial, first she don't look biracial, and no one even bullied her for it. It's like as soon as we get past the intro scene where we see her biracial brother and her mom, the entire...
I said that brother took me out.
The brother actually took me out, but I said, okay. We're
actually gonna get either.
Yeah. Was he too expensive? Was he too expensive?
He must have been a deadbeat, I guess, because they were living... I mean, no offense to the village, but they were really living in the trenches.
They were living in the trenches. I feel like Mr. Sunshine lacked the drama. We couldn't even finish it. It was so boring. There wasn't any spice. There wasn't any really character development. If this was a K-drama, you know the entire school would have been like, oh my god, this poor biracial girl thinks that she can get into the school just because she's biracial, as if she's poor, and they would have been bullying her, and she would have had to find a way to use her Korean heritage in order to show these people, hey, my dad might not be in the picture, but at the end of the day, I am Korean, Nigerian, and I'm proud. You know, like they would have used that biracialness as a plot point, and they would have used it. We were literally fantasizing like, yo, if this was a really good Nollywood ex-Korean little mismatch, they would have had the girls doing some festivals. Because if this is an international school, you gotta really use that as a plot line. They did not do no international, no nothing. If this was any other form of media, they would have had a Korean festival day. They would have had Korean executives come and be like, okay guys, this is a Korean international school. Obviously the end goal is to go to Korea. Let me see what y'all can do.
Give the school a point.
Give the school a point. There should have been like talent shows. Who knows Korean the best? Like some type of showcase to be like, we're learning something in this damn school. This girl literally had to fundraise from her church in order to go to the school for her to not be learning anything. What a damn shame.
I mean, she already knew the language.
She already knew the language because she's biracial. Use it. Like, it would have been a cute plot line for the Korean executives to come, say, okay guys, hey, I need you guys to really show off your talents here. And she's like, well, I'm Korean. And then she does like a traditional song that she learned from her dad before he mysteriously disappeared.
Disappeared?
Child, who know? Listen, Dami, I'm making my own plot line, okay?
That's what we have to do when the movie's this sad.
It wasn't sad. It was boring.
Sorry.
Dummy, I was bored out of my mind. But I feel like
Where was the music? You know, if it's gonna be you are my destiny, something girls can latch on to.
Right. Because also a thing that happens in K-dramas and in Nollywood is the fact that they be doing the big one in terms of music. There was no music.
Sound effects.
It was bored. I was bored out of my mind. Bored out of my mind, bro.
Well, might as well just been speaking their mother tongue.
And they were.
Oh, they were?
Yes. They would be speaking pidgin, and in class, the teacher would speak a little bit of Korean. But I feel like they were not using this concept well. Like, they could have done their big one. But that leads me into my next point. There was another attempt to make a Nollywood Korean movie that was a hate crime. And I don't know which movie came first, if it was
this
my...
one. This one.
This one came first?
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Mr. Sunshine came first?
No. The one you about to announce.
Oh, no. So, My Wedding Party was another attempt at making... oh, God forbid, and making a Korean Nollywood movie, and this one felt so racist, I had to cleanse my eyes afterwards. I am so sorry to my audience that I am bringing this to your forefront.
It can't just be us that sees this. We all have to be traumatized.
We all have to be victims of our circumstances, bro, but let's get into it. So, Mr. Sunshine was about a biracial girl going to school in order to allegedly get closer to her Korean heritage, right?
Right.
Imagine. Guys, you're gonna have to do some real imagining here. The horror that is My Wedding Party. My Wedding Party is a wedding comedy about a Korea boo. For those who don't know what a Korea boo is, it's a Korean person. No, it's not.
No.
My bad. I got confused. Forgive me. A Korea boo is somebody who is a non-Korean person who is disturbingly obsessed. Disturbingly. I just gotta keep saying it.
What's a better word for that? Is disturbingly enough?
I don't have any other words. But the word I got for you today, Dami, is disturbingly obsessed with Korean culture to the point where it's cringy. And this is the plot of My Wedding Story. Wait. My Wedding Party, for those who want to also be subject to the victimization. Our main girl is a Korea boo living in Korea. And luckily for us...
She's never landed in Korea a day in her life.
Sorry, what did I say?
You get a visa. You said that she's a girl, a Korea boo living in Korea. She wishes...
Sorry guys, I'm getting confused. The movie was so bad that I think it did permanent brain damage to me. Like, I actually think it fried my brain. My Wedding Party is My Wedding Party is about a girl who is a Korea boo living in Nigeria trying to have her Korea boo fantasies. And the issue is, there's several issues, but the main issue is that she is a Korea boo. She is a Korea boo. Luckily for us, I guess there's no Koreans in Nigeria.
And I don't believe that to be the case.
If there was a Korean man in Nigeria, our main character would have found him and turned him into a victim.
That's true, but...
Yes, so luckily for us, our main character, she was able to find us a Nigerian man who somehow is able to love her. You know, I believe in people being in love and this, that, and the fourth man. But for her, she decides to victimize our poor male lead by turning their wedding into the Korean... What you saying, girl?
I said he was seduced by nonsense.
He was seduced by nonsense because there's no way that he let this happen to him. During the entirety of this movie, she decides that all of the K-dramas that she watched, she is going to turn her fantasies into reality by having the first Nigerian Korean wedding that has no Korean. And when I tell you that the entirety of this movie felt like a racist caricature, oh baby, this was so racist. Like, not only, I don't even know how to describe it to you. First of all, there's no subtitles, so we have no idea what she's saying.
I'm just going off the knowledge that I have from all the K-dramas I've watched.
And it's that
it's not great.
It really feels like she's just saying random nonsense. It literally feels like she's just opening her mouth like a fish to say random nonsense. And I'm going to be including clips so you guys can see. But the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, ooh, isn't this racist? Because I saw this on TikTok and I was like, who can I victimize? So I chose my friend Dami here to be a part of the victim mentality. And
I think what I did after you showed me that clip was we have to watch this immediately. Like
we literally saved the date. We saved the date. Because I was like, if I have to be a victim to this, my friend Dami, she can't be safe. If I have to suffer, Dami has to suffer too. And she's just randomly saying things in what she thinks is Korean. She is randomly doing things that she thinks are Korean. She goes into her in-laws house, guys. She goes into her in-laws house to meet the future in-laws. They obviously, when you meet your in-laws in West African society, you gotta cook for them. She makes them this abomination.
Bone soup.
Bro, I think she made like some type of noodles. Because
it was Indomie. Oh my gosh.
Oh my sis. And she pulls out chopsticks. And she is handing her in-laws these chopsticks. Like, yo, this is my Korean dish to show you that I can cook. And the whole time, her in-laws are looking at her. And they're looking at the brother like, what is...
son, like, what?
Bro, where did you find this nonsense?
And the sister is just bigging up the girl, talking about, oh yes, I watch K-dramas too. She replies in Korean. She's like, oh, uni, ooh.
Yes. Everybody here is supporting the nonsense. And not only is our main character being a Korea boo, everyone is supporting it.
They're not putting their foot down about it.
But that means you're supporting it.
Yes, they are. They are.
Like I said, there is no Korean person in 50 miles of our main characters.
Yet. Somehow
they are
adopting the culture for the wedding,
bro. And when I tell you it's racist,
don't forget that she was waving some sort of
incense. I am going to be making sure I include clips of this entire movie, because not only is Shawty culturally appropriating this Korean wedding with no Korean man in sight. I'm sorry. White women have cracked the book. If you want to be a part of somebody's culture and look culturally appropriate, you have to just marry said person. You want to wear Nigerian clothes, you better find a Nigerian man. You want to find a Korean, you want to be a part of the Korean culture, you gotta find a Korean man.
Okay, yeah.
And this girl, she couldn't even do the basics of doing that. Everybody who participated in this wedding, everybody needs to go to prison. Everybody needs to go to prison.
But Emma, I don't mean to go on a tangent, but have you seen the I don't know, the guy who does Hype? I think he's the director or whatever. Have you seen the K-pop Afrobeat?
Oh man.
Have you seen that?
I have
seen that. Oh, I mean, it doesn't no excuse. But I just came into my mind when we were conversating. So.
But Dami, I'm not done going in on this movie. They get some fake Korean shaman, which are just some Nigerian men in some fake robes, shaking some something. They find Korean traditional hats to wear for the groomsmen, and they force the groom to wear this. And Dami, the way that they're making noises, the way they're playing a guitar, the way everybody is looking at this wedding, and it's like, what the helly?
It's like blackface, but in a different way.
It's like yellow face.
Blackfishing. Oh yes.
Yes, because the way that they're making a mockery of
Asian fishing.
Like, it's so bad. And I just felt like this movie was an offense to everybody who is Korean. And I really hope that the innocent country of Korea never gets to find themselves upon this. Because this is a travesty. No one deserves to have their culture mocked like this. And I'm going to be including clips because I feel like I'm not describing the horror that me and Dami put ourselves through.
See you wearing jumper, Ninu, for God's sake.
It's okay. How? Bao?
Princess, for God's sake, just go back inside and change to something decent and nice.
Anyo?
Anyo, pa! Babe, go back inside and change to something nice.
She be doing pé mo fẹ́ lọ rí àwọn parents ẹ náà mo ṣe dress by. Kó lè má máa fojú wọn burúkú wò mí.
You're done now. Stop disgracing yourself for God's sake. Go back inside and change to something nice.
Anyo, pa! Oma!
Lady should never get a visa. She's gonna be a terror on.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Everybody, especially the mama. The mama of the bride is the key person we need to blame. Because she's also doing this fake. She is an enabler, but she's also doing it.
Too. Yeah.
Yes, the way she's falling out, the way she's making these noises. I'm not even going to mimic the things that they say before I get canceled. But I'm gonna be including clips so you guys can see the way she's fainting. Like, you could tell she's obsessed with historical Korean dramas. Because a lot of the time, modern day Koreans don't even wear hanboks to their wedding. They wear white dresses.
Yeah.
And guys, I couldn't even laugh. That's what made me mad. I could tell that they were trying to be funny, but I was so mortified by the high levels of racism that I had to stop. And this made me so sad because we could have had a really good blend of cultures here. We also watched a blendation called Namaste Wahala. That was an Asian ex-Nigerian movie, but it was specifically an Indian ex-Nigerian movie. And they blended those cultures perfectly while being funny.
Yes, and they were able to relate between, like, I think they had a scene where they were talking about their spices or their food, and they're like, oh, I'm like this, I'm like that. It was cute.
And they were also arguing about the bride price, like, no, you have to pay us to marry our daughter. No, you have to pay us to marry your son. Going to show us, they practically did a compare and contrast of the different cultures versus whatever the hell.
Embracing your own culture and then putting on this costume of another. Ooh!
And it was a mockery too. Nothing about this movie gave respectful. And I know somebody's gonna be in the comments like, oh, it's supposed to be a comedy. You are supposed to laugh. But bro, I could not laugh because I feel like I was participating in a hate crime. I do have to remind you that Namaste Wahala was also a comedy. And we definitely laughed through several different parts of that movie. It was just that we had to put our foot down because this was just racist.
Stereotypes were bad.
Horrific, man. Horrific, Tommy. Oh no. So I can't be mad at the Korean industry. Yes, I can. Let me stop lying.
Oh, come on now. All right.
Sorry. I got a little delulu for a second.
There's enough anger for everyone.
There is enough anger for everyone. You're right. I'm sorry. There's enough anger to be passed around in terms of cultural appropriation and being racist. So that's why I wanted to bring up the nonsense that was this movie. Because Nigeria, what thing is this?
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is I feel like me and Dami were the friends that were too woke.
Probably for the movie.
Bro, yeah. Because I'm looking in the comments, everyone's having a great
time. They're having a ball.
They're talking about someone who loves Korean dramas. I felt so represented. Hey! What kind of representation is this?
There's definitely a way to actually make it good. I think maybe they were just trying to like do the typical Nigerian comedy, but like put a Korean spin on it, because I could see this, I want to say things right. I could see like the over exaggeration and stuff that happens in Nigerian films. I could see it in this movie, but they just kind of erased all their culture and the stuff that they do, their stereotypes. It's okay when we do our own stereotypes. It's not okay when you do it. And they added some other culture stereotypes, and it didn't really mix.
I feel like we could have had a different something.
A completely different plot.
If we had Koreans here.
That's all that was required to make this.
Because then it could be like, I hate to say it, but then it could have low-key been like Rush Hour. Where it's like, you're making fun of my culture, I'm making fun of your culture.
And
everybody's a victim.
Everyone's a victim.
Everybody's a victim.
Do it.
Where it's like I could definitely see. I hate because me and Dami, we're very creative people, so we have to do some type of alternate universe, right? I could see a movie where it is we gotta go back to school. School is the great place for you to get involved in some nonsense. I could definitely see a situation where it's like Oh, our main character is obsessed with K-dramas, so she decided to go to here goes the international school again, y'all. Here goes
A real one.
Yes, and she meets a guy. She's really good at Korean culture. She's just smart, but she also is really good at Korean because she's been watching K-drama since she's a kid. Now they're doing enemies to lovers.
Delicious trope. That's all I wanted.
Yes, because now this is where the comedy comes in. In East Asian tropes, there's a trope called the green tea B word. They act submissive and docile. They act fake. They act super fake in order to get the male lead. So I could see our main character using this trope that she learned from K-dramas in order to get her way with everyone else.
Gosh.
And the male lead, girl, and the male lead is the only one who's seeing through it. It's like, she's not submissive and weak. I just saw her eating freaking 50 bowls of Indomie and punching through a wall. Now she's acting like she can't lift up a pencil? Huh? And now we have these jokes where she's acting like, oh, woe is me, to the professors, to everybody else, so everyone thinks she's meek and submissive. But to the male lead, she's acting like a bully. And now it gotta be a cultural exchange. The dude is obsessed with Nollywood, right?
Ooh, or like the music, because I can see the music being something that he like, or Nollywood movies.
Yes,
I didn't hear that.
I think that music would be better because Afrobeats is more domesticated than
more mainstream.
Yeah, more mainstream than Nollywood. So he's like, I came here to study traditional Nigerian music, and this girl, she keeps sabotaging me. You know, they gotta do a back and forth so that way they can have their own, I don't want to say racist comebacks, but their own little touchy jokes.
Slight of a hand.
You know, a little sleight of hand. He's like, you think you're Korean? You can't even say what's that word they use? Shabal?
Huh?
There's a word that they use that practically means like
sugar honey.
Yeah. You guys should know. Like, guys, comment the word. I think it was like they were just.
I feel like you're right, but you're just not saying it right.
Yeah. And
just
then,
like her.
I need some banter like that where it's like, oh, you think you're Korean? You don't even know how to say, like, I don't know. It's like, you think you're Korean? Call me Oppa. Then she's like, you disgusting freak. I'm not calling you no Oppa. And then
you're never gonna meet Davido. You're never gonna meet Burna Boy. Something.
Some craziness so that we can laugh. And then, like, it needs to be jokes. And you know, that's why I just feel so bad because there's just some key elements of Nollywood that they just didn't tap into. Like Dami was saying, they do be using some big English words that we as Americans would never use. So we were watching this Nollywood movie about this girl who's been selling herself sexually in order to get her brother to go to school, right? He decided to cheat.
Yeah.
What did you say?
He decided to take an exam for a fellow student.
Yeah.
So they kicked him out. Or, as they would say, he got rusticated from school. When have you ever heard the term rusticated?
You know, just big English. Everybody's always talking about how West Africans, and specifically Nigerians, they use these words. They're English, but which English? Right? So I would like to see some banter. The top Korean boy in the university, the top Nigerian boy, whose special interests are each other's cultures, and they're just so mad because it's like, you think you're more Korean than me, you think you're more Nigerian than me, and they're using these big English words to fight. But then they find a common ground.
What would the common ground be?
Girl, the common ground is that they're literally each other's fantasies. Oh, okay. She's listening to Afro beats. Hey, you like Davido too? You know, I always love how he sounds like a screaming goat. And she's looking like, yeah, everyone loves Davido. Playing IU, the Korean singer IU. He's like, what do you know about IU? I love IU. I went to her concert when I was still in Korea.
Yep, they connect through music.
They can connect through anything. She's cooking some delicious kimchi or something like that. And he gonna be like, what you know about kimchi?
Maybe make some agusi stew, some vegetable soup.
And then, like, you know what they need to do? They need to do a combination. They need to bridge the cultures.
And then the parents get involved.
The parents get involved because they're like, no intermixing on my watch.
Not on my watch.
But then, Dami, they have the kimchi agusi soup mixture.
They all come together.
They say, wow, they have the kimchi agusi soup mixture. and they say, you know what? We need to bridge the divide. What is this place? I don't know. Let's check it out though. Shush. Everybody shush. Everybody shush. It seems as if somebody new has just stumbled upon our pastoral court. Hi there, stranger. My name is Ella Pastoral, and all of the lovely people that you see before you are a part of my esteemed court. From my squires who have early access to my videos, to my nobles who have special behind-the-scenes access, to my dukes and duchesses who are able to pick out topics for my videos, to my own special royal advisors who mean so much to me. All of these people make up the Ella Pastoral court. If you want to be like these lovely people and be a part of my esteemed court, go to Ella Pastoral on Patreon. But it seems as if you need to be on your way, traveler. Let's head back to the regularly scheduled content.
Yeah.
Or the parents are like, this food is so tantalizing that we're gonna look past our racism to
Our
do
biases and
business.
stuff. Yeah. Ooh.
And
business.
now they can open up a Korean Nigerian fusion.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility.
Like something that isn't racist.
Girl, we grasping at straws. But something.
Anything to stop the racism, man. I don't want to see no blackface in K-dramas, and I don't want to see no more whatever this. To this day, I don't know what this is.
Oh, when she got that incense and she was just waving it in the air.
The fact that she got fake Korean shaman.
Something.
The fact that she got fake Korean shaman was what let me know something was wrong.
Oh my goodness. And then she had servants too for her wedding.
Yes. And then, because there wasn't any traditional, there's Korean, whatchamacallit, like Korean.
They had no ties to whatever they were doing.
Yeah, of course not, Dami. But they didn't have any traditional Korean, musical instruments. So they pulled out a guitar. That's when I was like, oh, hell no.
Wait, I don't remember that.
Yes, Dami, don't worry. I'm going to put the clips. I'm going to put the clips for everyone to see, man.
A guitar?
Yes.
Even got no freaking Bluetooth? Look on YouTube.
Dami, man. They wanted it to be Korean, like Dami. And so, guys, I have to say, I believe that we can share cultures, but we just got to do it right, man. On both sides. Because if this was a American movie written by an African American person, I would also be like, guys, no.
This is bad.
If this was a Gollywood movie, I would have to say, guys, no.
There's a way to appreciate what's going on without, I don't know. Ooh, it was so bad. Oh, it was so bad.
That first movie was extremely problematic. I feel like the way they reenacted Korean culture was a mess. I get that it was supposed to be comedy, but the whole time me and my friend, we had to clutch our pearls like this because it felt extremely racist. It felt extremely racist. And I really feel like in terms of the cultural exchange, the use of problematic tropes is something that Nigeria specifically took from Korea in terms of replicating other people's cultures, because that movie made me feel super uncomfortable. The way they were doing Korean culture, I hope they never do no ish like that again. And the other movie was less cringy, and that was the one that went more viral. But the fact that there was even 2 Nigerian movies involving Korean culture is going to show you that there is definitely some things moving in terms of how influential Korea is. I honestly wouldn't mind the cultural exchange between black people from all the diaspora and Koreans if we could get it done respectfully. The reason why I still like BTS to this day is that after their problematic history, especially Namjoon. If you were there for Namjoon's Blasian era, you know how far he's come. He's way more respectful of black culture now. He don't do that blackfishing nonsense no more. And you can tell that BTS has honest respect for black culture. I honestly feel like cultural exchange is important, and we can get a lot from learning about each other's culture, but we have to do it respectfully. Like if you listen to the way Yoongi and J-Hope talk about black artists, black rappers, black people who just make music in general, you can see that there is a lot of respect, and you can see that with the way they move. Words aren't important if your actions don't match. And we can see this with the fact that after their problematic history, they stopped being anti-black. We are literally about to see a J-Hope x Glorilla collab in the year 2025. And I would love if more artists can move in this respectful nature. I'm mostly talking about y'all, BLACKPINK. Y'all have been doing the anti-blackness. Y'all have been doing the anti-blackness real bad recently. I'm gonna ask y'all to chill. And yeah, have. Let me know if you've noticed the amount of Korean influence in West Africa. If you're Ghanaian and you've been seeing all these K-pop conventions, I know a lot of West Africans who are obsessed with C-dramas and K-dramas. Hopefully we can do a better cultural exchange. I don't know. Well, that's it, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna be working on shorter videos now that I'm done with my Wicked video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.